What is going on? I'm Zedmont. We are going to start out with some Warship stuff. Do check the chapters down below, though, because we will jump into some Boom Pass stuff towards the end. You guys have given me all sorts of questions, so after you dump code ZMOD in that shop, you pick up your free diamonds, possibly spend those diamonds on instant training. We will jump into Warships and let's get rockin' and rollin'. Now, first and foremost, you might notice that this base is frankly awful. That is because I just did the big important jump, as I'm about to sneeze as well, to the 5 engine room level. Now, this right here, this building health, is probably the most important node in the early season. People with rocket choppas are going to walk through your base, they're going to crush you, then you'll get the building health and you'll slow them down. They might even fizzle, and then they're going to get heavy choppas, and then the cycle will repeat until, of course, you get that sky shield, which will slow them down again. So if you're thinking about jumping to the 5 engine room level, yes, 5 is better than 4, most definitely. Then the next question is get going. You don't have to save all that terribly long because, of course, these chests are filled with goodies. Now, I have not played a ton of battles. If we have a look down here, wherever the heck I am, down towards the bottom, we're at 28 battles. So I have just been collecting chests, closing the game. I had played a total of 35 games yesterday, and one of you had matched me twice. So thank you for commenting. Crazy, crazy, crazy. I am going to pick up all of this junk. Then we will throw it back down in some form of order. And just like that, we are back with a base built. Now, I am running on fumes at the moment, so I'm gonna apologize in advance for anything that I say that is stupid, or if I laugh at something that is not funny. This base was brought to you by Alpha Shark, also known as Kawa, I do believe. Trying to keep track of people's aliases, not my strong suit. Now, I said that going and getting this building health is a huge, huge differential. That doesn't mean that we're going to be able to win. As you can see here, just getting my butt handed to me. Now, part of that is people that have flares, part of that is people who have artillery, and part of that is me just straight up sucking at times. So we are going to try to be smart about this. We are going to try to win a bunch of battles. I don't have a strategy for my drop on this specific base, but generally speaking, I do have some smart things happening at times. Today, those things are going to be very, very, very limited, though. So at the moment, we're just going to get those heavies out, try to clear as many shock mines as we can, and then these guys coming around will hopefully make a turn upwards depending on when they arrive, and it looks like I dropped them at a poor time. But on the plus side, Kavan went way north, which is going to help us a little bit. Going to allow me to get some troops out. Now, one of my biggest realizations yesterday was that I was way overusing shocks. Shocks don't do a heck of a lot this season at the early, or at least with this troop combo. Anyways, using second wind ended up being way faster than using any shocks. We have nothing that needs shocking at the moment. Kavan is going to die if we don't be a little bit careful, so thankfully he took a button hook turn, or some form of a turn. I don't even know what a button hook is, but he came back into the right direction, and now we're going to keep an eye on those rifles up the top. Looks like we've got enough to keep our bombardiers alive. Some of them are going to turn right, some of them are going to turn left, and we're going to end up slower than 2 minutes 30 seconds, which is not a great place to be as we throw that final shock out, because A, we don't have any other use for it, and B, we wanted to keep all of those right-hand side bombardiers alive. Second wind, just because what the heck else are we going to do? Medkit on the engine room, because old-timey operation people liked to do that as a flex on their GBE lack of usage or requirements. Skeg, what do you got for us? They have got one final bit of stuff happening there. It looks like these mines need to be moved down a little bit, but I don't know entirely what the purpose of those mines are yet. Maybe those mines are for heavy choppa rushers. We got the win, not gonna change the base yet. I will keep an eye on those kinds of things though. We have got a win in the most unlikeliest of seasons. This season, there's a lot of frustrations, I gotta say. This has not been a lot of fun for me at the second. Part of that is just life, and life getting in the way, and 4 quick seasons back to back to back. I don't think I have the stamina to pull it off. We shall find out. I'm gonna get a bunch of those guys going north, then I'm gonna drop you over here, hoping that we can get those guys going up. Kavan following those fellows along. Would love to have critters. That's what we were after. We got one heavy going that direction. We've got Kavan, who's not going to hit the boom mine in this instance, which is going to be fantastic. Those heavies up top are damaged. Hoping Kavan takes the right-hand turn. He started to go left, so we'll use second wind to keep him up there. And now I said that Shaw, of course, that sniper tower draws all of our troops in. And now I said we don't generally use shocks. There is the one time that shocks are super, super, super important. And that is whenever your bombardiers come in contact with that shock blaster, or they come in contact with a boom cannon. So we're gonna use all of our GBE to try to keep that top engine room in play. The only way we can do that is by shocking that top boom cannon. All these guys will figure out the rest of the stuff all by their lonesome. We've got medkits that have been upgraded a little bit, and now don't have to worry about those troops walking all the way back across. We'll throw one more medkit over here just because we got nothing else to use our gunboat energy on, and we got about the same time. Not ideal. I think we might have got a little bit faster, like 5 seconds faster, but Farouk's something coming in, and I think we should be okay. Those green mines right there. Look at that. Those mines that we looked at earlier have been cleared, so now we just wait to see if they actually... Oh, mines with critters. They got flares. Yep, so that's going to be our downfall right there. Anytime someone's got flares, I am incredibly, incredibly, incredibly envious, and we are going to lose as a result. So, flares are definitely calling my name. Playing without flares is a lesson in frustration at times. We got 2 minutes 8, they got 2 minutes 15. They have flares and critters, both things that are going to keep them from the holy grail that is Heavy Choppas. Now, I don't even know if Heavy Choppas are the answer to all of life's problems, but I do know that if we had that Sky Shield, they wouldn't have been able to pull off that flare, so our tech choices are still leading us in the right direction. Let me know in the comments what is working for you. I know a lot of you are up there in that legendary rank already. It's going to be crazy these coming seasons. So we have 5 days left, and they are already, let's just check that 80% reset. They are already starting. Was that person, what is that person? One person is already starting at rank 23 next season. Maybe I didn't even draw this chart far enough. Let me know if you need me to do some math to figure out where people are going to be next season. Otherwise, let's get back into the Boom Pass. Now, for those of you who were struggling with, come over to the side here, with this win with full health, do know that critters, yes, critters, you know what, let's load up all bombardiers. Do we have one of those things? Yes, we do. So, one of these is all bombardiers. If you need to get, let's just go like this. We're not gonna use any smart tactics. And last time I did this, someone gave me crap about my attack skill, and that is beyond stupid and ridiculous. We are literally just watching these troops clear. Now, at the end, if you end up with critters alive. Those critters do count towards the number of troops. So if you want full health, you need to barrage all of your critters. I know that is stupid. I know that doesn't make any sense. The Boom Beach team have said it is a bug. They will fix it. But for right now, you just need to keep an eye on your critters and make darn sure that if you have any critters out there, that you go ahead and blow them up before the core explodes. And that is important. It has to be before the core explodes. Otherwise, what's going to happen is it's going to take their health into play. Obviously, your bombardiers need to be at full health as well, but you guys obviously knew that one going in. So those of you who couldn't figure out why you couldn't get full health, that was why. It's because of your critters, and it's a bug. That will be fixed. I can't stress that enough. Now, all we are going to do is let our bombardiers clear here and just keep throwing artilleries, because you need to throw 52 artillery to get that next achievement. We are going to shock that critter launcher. This is probably the worst attack of my life. I really don't care though, because we are getting at least 2 things on the Boom Pass checked off. We are destroying with critters. I have to assume this is the case anyways. We will find out, because we did drop Everspark. Don't know 1000% if Everspark counts towards this or not, but we will find out here in a second as that boom cannon comes unshocked. That would be tragic if our bombardiers were to get shot by that and we were to lose. I don't think we're going to lose this battle. It is not a pretty battle. It is not even a good battle, but at the very, very least, at least we're going to get a bunch of artillery out. We're going to use a bombardier, and there might even be an Everspark mission. Don't know for sure. Let's get that critter launcher shocked just to be super, super, super careful. Hooray, we managed to take down a super easy base with 0 smokes, and I don't think any flares, and just dumb tactics. I also feel like GTK 6, that sounds like a geek, but I feel like I recognize that name, GTK being a Linux UI, blah, 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 blah. So we got artillery. We got 6 artillery in that battle. Hooray. We did not get the bombardier only because we deployed the hero. So that is a lesson to be learned. Now, here's another quick note. It says win with private bullet. That doesn't mean private bullet only. So a bunch of you have win with brick, for example. You don't have to have only brick. So if we go to drastic destruction, which was always one of my favorite NPC bases, we're going to throw all of our barrages across that, which again is stupid because we do have an artillery task and those 2 buildings were touching. We can drop all of this stuff back here and just fast forward to 3 times mode, and if we jump back into the Boom Pass, come on, we will have, this one I'm actually sure of, we will have that win with private bullet. Still don't get those bombardiers. Again, you'll notice that it says only. That one does not say only. Little bit frustrating. This one does not say only, so we can bring a hero. The verbiage is very, very, very specific, which is great, except for when the verbiage is broken and you end up reading it carefully and still running into problems. Anyways, hopefully that has helped you with the Boom Pass. Other questions people have had is how to use that sculptor slot. It's built in. There's no logic. All I'm doing is clicking the sculptor button and add to queue pops up. So if you don't have that add to queue button, you probably don't have that Boom Pass Premium. You have to have the Boom Pass Premium in order to use that button. And again, if you have any questions, the questions that have been coming in about the Boom Pass have been very, very, very vaguely written. So the more details you could give me, screenshots, videos, would be greatly, greatly appreciated. Also note that in order to get to that next chest, if you only have the free pass, if you have not paid for the premium pass, you only get this one and this one and this one, I do suppose. You don't get anywhere in between, so you gotta get, you'll notice that my line ends right about there. I've got to get to here to get that next free mission. And you can't diamond past the Boom Pass. So you can't diamond into these ones, which is found to be a little bit surprising, but it does make sense a little teeny tiny bit. You'll notice there's nothing past there. So if you get all the way to 3,500, then there's nothing beyond there. It's not like Brawl Stars where you can get unlimited chests. They probably should add a heck of a lot more to at the end, but just because you can't diamond past them, so they might as well add a couple more. But I am going to continue to get all of these missions down. They are a good option when you're trying to avoid falling out of gold on warships. You know what? Let's do one more battle just because we're here. And I am in need of a distraction. This scares me. Anytime you see a naked base, by the way, do know that you don't need green mines. Green mines do slow down heavy choppas and things. I am a little bit tempted to go, we're going to go with one boat of heavies, which might be a bad idea, but we just need to be a little bit careful. We're going to drop you guys over there. I am going to drop this guy over here. We're going to drop you guys over here and one back there, and I'm going to hold Kavan and drop him super late. And the reason for that, I want Kavan and his crew to walk all along that back row. The whole goal is Kavan and his group go that way as we start doing drawings mid-battle. Not the smartest thing. I said we don't generally use shocks, but I wasn't paying a heck of a lot of attention. We got some guys going towards the back. That is how we're going to make sure that we are the fastest on these battles, and now we should be in good shape. Now we just need to make sure that we shock that Doom Cannon back there, because we only have a couple dudes heading back north. Need to get a couple rifles out front. Rifles hit the shock mine. We've got a couple bombardiers back there. Gonna try our darndest to shock that Doom Cannon, keeping that bombardier at the back alive. We are gonna run into problems here in a couple seconds because I did not do a good enough job of getting troops to walk along that yellow line, perhaps because I was too busy drawing the yellow line than actually executing it. But more importantly, you guys have told me many times in the past that drawings help visualize far better than my words. So even though we're gonna lose, which was almost inevitable, you need to be faster than 2 minutes 35 seconds or so if you want to beat these naked bases, because if we jump in La Manche, I was going to say 74 in French, but I'm too afraid to do that because my brain doesn't function. If we watch their battle, they probably, yeah, there they go, with Heavy Choppa, Rocket Choppa. That is a slow time for Heavy Choppa, Rocket Choppa. They can get 230 plus if they rush a little bit. They didn't need to rush, though, so who am I to criticize? Nonetheless, that Sky Shield coming next, that will help bump us up. The fact is, that building health that we talked about didn't necessarily bump us up, but at least it kept us so we can stay in gold. Not super duper sexy this season. Would love to be coming to you from the legendary ranks or something like that, but hopefully this ends up being a bit more accessible to more players as a result of my lack of play and general suckage. Anyways, as always, keep throwing code ZMOD in that shop. I hate pestering you guys. The fact that it's only 7 days means that it needs to be babysat. Otherwise, liking, sharing, subscribing, clicking the bell, but more importantly, commenting. Comments make the day go by. I shall talk to you soon. Thanks for coming in. I'm ZMOD. Peace.